All right, what's up? How we doing? It's good. All right, so your boy, low-key been out of commission for the past 4 days. Everybody's been getting something. It's not like flu-like or anything, but it's that season. It's cold, so if you're not, make sure you're taking your vitamin C. Make sure you're getting vitamin D. Make sure you are getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and you are drinking up to a gallon to 2 gallons of water. And make sure you wear your blue light glasses, because some people forget, especially since we're getting all this screen time. Make sure you're doing these little things so that you give your body the best chance to recover. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not just trying to be out here telling people things that I'm not doing. So, but we are about to start a brand new training block. My camera is angled like slightly weird. I don't know why, but it's okay. We're gonna be all right. We starting a brand new block. It is more bodybuilding based, which is my preference, and it's kind of what I need at the moment, especially because I am going to the IPF, and everybody says that they're going to the IPF. Like, everybody says that, but a lot of people can't really say they're going to the IPF if they don't have the actual potential of competing internationally. And I personally feel like I have the capacity, I have the capability to be competing on that level. Now I will have to, I have to put on another 15 pounds, which I'm not too excited about. But if that's what I have to do to compete at Worlds, to compete at Sheffield, which are my goals, then that's just what I have to do. I have to, I have to just redevelop, not redevelop, but I just have to lean into my discipline and my focus, and just making sure that I'm focusing on those things daily, and I'm doing what's necessary so that I can get to that point, because that's the only thing that's going to get me there. Like, I can't, I believe that I'm very talented. I believe that I understand what it means to put in great amounts of effort, but being disciplined day in and day out, that is going to be the thing that makes or breaks me. And that's the thing that makes or breaks a lot of people. If you can't stay disciplined, if you can't continuously do those things that you don't necessarily want to do over and over again, to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to get to, then you simply won't have it. And you can't, you have to, especially as you grow and as you get older, whether you're just a normal person or an athlete, you can't keep trying to find things and people to blame. At some point, you got to start looking in the mirror, and you got to be like, you know what, this is my fault. And as I start this journey to get to this point, I want to make sure that I look back and I don't give up my situation to the circumstances. I want to be like, this was my fault, or I was able to do this because I did this. I don't want to be like, I couldn't do this because, and something I tell my clients, and something I've always preached, is to be stronger than your circumstances, because a lot of times people will let anything inconvenience them, and you kind of got to be like, you got to look at whatever that thing is. You got to be like, does this matter to me enough to make it happen anyways? And so this is something I'm going to be doing. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. My body is still strong, and I feel like my body is getting stronger, especially since I'm getting older, which is weird because a lot of people say as you get older, this, that, and the third. But I feel like I have with this transition to trying to accomplish this goal, I feel like I have a brand new outlook on things, a better outlook on things, a more, just better. And it was a journey to think like this, because earlier when I started, I was not the most open-minded. I wasn't a lot of things, but as I've grown and I've gotten closer to God, and I just started learning the type of person that I want to be and who I actually am, it allowed me to lean into the things that were always with me, and realize like these were the things that was going to propel me to be the best that I could be for myself and for the people around me. So yeah, man, we gonna go to the IPF. We're gonna be an IPF 105. We're gonna be a heavyweight hitter. That's, I can't. I don't even know what that's gonna look like. I'm excited because I feel like 105 Marcus is gonna be scary. I feel like I'm gonna look like Prometheus. Y'all seen that movie? Dude just looked like an elite body, and that's gonna be me. So, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to embark on this journey. And like I said, when I first started powerlifting, I think I was ranked seventh, 83, IPF. And it's like, if I did it once, I can do it again. But I know so much more now. I'm so much more knowledgeable. I have so much more experience. I'm smarter. I'm better. I'm better. Nah. But I know I have what it takes. It's just that discipline. And even now, it's like I don't want to keep. I was gonna name this series something. I was gonna name it what it's been named, but I feel like I'm woke. I feel like I'm completely revitalized. So what we'll call this series is the disciplined, and the meaning behind that is that these are things that the things that I'm doing are the things that people who want to go somewhere, or people who have a grand task in front of them, people who are top level anything, they do these things. And I want to show people that if you do these things, you will get what it is that you want out of your training or your business or whatever, or your relationships, whatever the case may be. These videos and these thoughts are for the discipline. So join me. I'm still, you can like, I still got like a little bit of sinus, but it's nothing like, I don't have any head cold, I don't have no chills or nothing like that. I just got a couple sneezes. I haven't even sneezed, I'm just stopped up. But yeah, man. We got upper. This block is gonna be very difficult, but we invite difficulty. We love it, and it's gonna be a good time. So let's go. Ice. All right, so we got the beautiful lighting on us. We look like we've been kissed by the sun, but nah. So typically on this day, I squat first, but squatting has its own day now, and so something that I plan on doing is making sure that my legs still get stimulated, because if I go too long without training my legs or going through that squat pattern, it's like I lose my skill. So even though it's a hack squat, I still get that skill practice of doing the movement. And I always want to have that leg fatigue, like somewhat leg fatigue before I bench press, because that's how it's going to be in a meet. I'm going to feel tired, especially after squatting over 700. Your boy legs going to feel like chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. And so now we get ready to bench. I'm excited for bench because it's a lot. And typically when it's low intensity, like we're doing a slow build up for bench, when it's low intensity and I have a good amount of volume, my bench typically grows, my body typically grows. And so it's just a matter of being in the pocket and not feeling the need to feel like I have to hit certain weights or certain numbers. Just getting that quality work in and being able to be consistent from rep to rep and not trying to bite off more than I can chew. Because a lot of times people, they do too much too soon, and then they wonder why it gets difficult. And when I say people, I mean me. Like, I'm not just talking about other people, I'm talking about myself as well. So like I said, we're gonna do weighted chin-ups, and I may superset them with an overhead pull down of some sort. Probably gonna be underhand pull downs because one, stretching the lat, and two, that's my weakest lift. So let's keep going. All right, two things. First, shout out to Jazz. I spoke to her on the way here, and she was just telling me how she was, because she's in a higher position at work. She's a strength conditioning coach. She's my old client. We're still good friends. Strong as a mug, like a mug strong. But she was just talking about things that she's doing in her life to further her progress, to just like improve her the posture of her heart, her discipline and her wisdom, and just standing on business every day, doing things that you will not compromise for no reason, so that you can move in the direction that you would like. And that was perfect timing. I definitely needed that, especially with what I'm about to embark on. And it was just perfect timing. She was like, I was just gonna call you. And then she was just telling me about the things that she does in her routine, and how her routine and her discipline is a thing that's taking her to the next level. And I always preach that, but sometimes you need that reminder, because sometimes you get lost in the process. It's hard for you to just like compartmentalize, and so I definitely appreciate her for that. This block, in terms of bench press, your boy is about to be a technician. There's no reason as to why bench shouldn't grow. For a lot of people, they take week to week, they take too big of a jump, and again, that's my problem. But just like if you were to go to a gun range and you look at your shots, they should all be grouped in a certain area. They should all be shot in the same general place. If you're shooting, and I think this is for competition as well, potentially, if you're shooting and your shots are scattered everywhere, it doesn't show precision. But if they're all grouped in a certain area and you're precise, you get more points for that. Or I think that's how it works. But taking that same approach with my number selection week to week on bench, and this is something that I started when I first started with Sandra. This is something I've done, so I don't even know how I got to this point of this much struggle, because it shouldn't be this hard. But obviously, if you squat or deadlift a lot of weight, your jumps week to week are going to be a lot. You're not going to take 5-10 pound jumps. But the smaller your max is, the more precise and the more dense your week to week numbers will be. And so with bench press, since I'm not benching 500 yet, but since I'm not, my number selection has to be very, very close to each other. So this first week, we are, top set is 340. And then as we progress, we should be ending around 365. And again, this is about quality. This is not about quantity. A lot of people are struggling and wondering why their numbers aren't going up. But it's like, if you're constantly hitting numbers that you can hit and you're doing them well, you have no choice but to get stronger and accrue that volume. And that's the focus. That's what we were worried about. The maxes will come in due time, but until then, we just focus on density. So 340 for 5, and then we got 315 for a bunch of sets of 5. And you know the vibes, probably gonna superset. But I'm not gonna superset all of them. I'm only gonna do 3 sets, because normally I would do like 5 sets of back, and that's a lot of back. So we're only gonna do 3 sets. So yeah. All right, so something that I personally need to remember, 2 things, is 1, to not be lazy with my wrist wrap, because as you can see, my wrist cannot bend, which is what we want. And I need to make sure that I keep my grip gentle. I'm not squeezing the hell out the bar. That's the purpose of the wrist wrap. If you wrap your wrist properly, the bar will sit where it needs to. And then from there, you're just grasping it just enough so that there's tension. You don't want to squeeze it, because if you squeeze too hard, you can't move your shoulder blades appropriately. So it's the little things. It's just doing the little things over and over and over again, and not forgetting them. A lot of people don't make progress because they forget how important the little things are, or they just don't know. And so if you're struggling with bench and you use wrist wraps, make sure you have a consistent wrap. Make sure your wrist is not able to crank back and forth. Like, I can't move my wrist. And 2, make sure you're gentle. Don't over squeeze, because if you squeeze too hard, you can't move your shoulder blades appropriately. Your shoulder blades are supposed to move when you bench, but if you squeeze it hard, that joint not gonna happen. This is set 3. I got 2 more after this. All right, last one, baby, come on. All right, so we got banded dumbbell press, but I want to do these. I need to make them difficult, so I'm gonna use a band and I'm gonna do a single arm. I don't know how that's gonna work just yet. I might just hold one dumbbell and bump out 10 to 12 and then do the same on the other arm. Let's do that. All right, so we got these banded dumbbell bench press, but I'm doing single arm because real rap, I can just probably do these with some 70s or some 80s, but I'm trying to work on weaknesses. I'm trying to purposely make things difficult. We need to get stronger. We don't need it to be easy, and this is where it matters. Because if I do it right here, it's gonna show up on the barbell. And I do have a bilateral deficit. I am stronger on my right side compared to my left. So something like this is gonna expose me and it's gonna make me work hard. And that's what we're in here to do. So I'm only using 50s as the weeks progress. I hope to, and it's speed up. As the weeks progress, if we can get to like week four, I'm gonna try to push all accessories and while keeping everything barbell in the pocket. So we're just gonna see how things play out. I'm gonna be in a super stupid beefy surplus, and so I should be recovering. I should be hitting on my marks. I got this joint thicker than me. We got berries in here. We got protein in here. We got more berries in here. We got juice, we got ice, and we got oats. And so low key, this joint might be 800 calories low key. I ain't gonna flex. Like 600, 800 calories. But that's what it's gonna take. And I have to get used to it. Especially we gonna be heavyweight. So let's keep rocking. These right here. Come on. Yep. Yep. All right, so this is probably gonna be the last thing I do. I'm probably gonna do some type of single arm tricep extension, and then I'm gonna head out. Today was pretty good. Today was definitely week 1 vibes. I feel slightly detrained. This is a lot more upper body volume. It's not new, but it's more. And so the first week in terms of pressing, I normally have to get used to it, but this block is definitely going to condition my upper body to move some weight. Week two, I'm gonna feel less shitty, but week 3, I'm gonna feel like a vibe. So it's just a matter of being consistent and taking my time and not feeling frustrated where I am. And plus, it's only day 1, so I have yet to experience the other days with the new block. So the deadlift day looks different, the squat day looks different. It was way less squatting. It's a lot more deadlift volume, so that's something I'm gonna have to be careful with. But as we progress, you'll see what I'm talking about.